Hello there. I'm super excited to be live with you on this particular the first episode of creating brand ambassadors every day. So I'm Shrikant Acharya. I'm the CEO and co-founder at offineeds.com, which is a leading corporate gifting company based in Bangalore and in Chennai. And in this episode, in this video, I'm going to share with you how you can convert your employees into raving brand ambassadors. Now, what I'm about to share in this video is coming out of about 15 years of experience that I have of dealing with several large corporates. I've had the opportunity of working with many major corporations across every possible sector imaginable, from IT to BPO to banking, insurance, pharma, FMCG. You name it. I worked with these large brands, and by observing what they do and I'm a little bit of an enthusiast myself. I read a lot of books, and from all of these, I've learned what it takes to create brand ambassadors out of your employees. And in this video, I'm going to share all of that with you. But before we move ahead, let's set the context right. Right? What do I mean by brand ambassadors, and who is this relevant for? This particular session that I'm taking is extremely relevant for senior management and HR folks at medium to large size organizations. Small companies also can do that, but this is extremely relevant for medium to large size organizations with hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of employees. Right. So, what is a brand ambassador? Now, I mean, the first name that comes to your mind when I say brand ambassador is probably um, MS Dhoni promoting a particular chocolate, or Virat Kohli promoting a particular drink, or Shah Rukh Khan or Amitabh Bachchan promoting a particular beverage or anything like that. You see them coming on ads on TV, on video ads, on radio ads, and on print ads, and all of those kind of things, and promoting a particular product. That's obviously what we know is a brand ambassador. But I'm here to tell you that an organization's employees are its number one brand ambassador. Just think about it. It's an absolute natural fit, right? So what for any person, what is their identity? The first question that you probably ask somebody when you meet them is, hey, what's your name? So you tell them your name, and what do you do? And that person tells you, I'm a business analyst, or I'm a business development manager, or I'm a director, or something at a particular organization. So now what a person does for a living, where does he work, what's his career, his or her career, is extremely vital to one's identity, right? So it's an absolute natural fit, because they're talking about it all the time. They're telling people around them that I work for such and such an organization. So they're the easiest, simplest brand ambassador that you can get. And unlike Shah Rukh Khan or Amitabh Bachchan, they don't charge you for doing that, right? So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can engage your employees and turn them into raving brand ambassadors. Very simply put, it's just a two-step process that you need to follow to convert your employees into brand ambassador. The first step is creating a trigger or an event, right? So what I mean by that is, if you see an ad, you don't randomly see an ad here and there, right? If you see ads are strategically placed in high visibility points during IPL matches, or during a particular movie, or on the first page of an ad, or on YouTube, it's got to be relevant, right? So it's that trigger, it's that event which is very important. In the same way, if an employee has to speak about your organization, there has to be an occasion and an event that has to be there when he or she is going to be speaking about where he works and how he or she enjoys working for this organization, and so on. Imagine you're going into the lift, and a random stranger comes in and he says, hey, I work for this particular company. And that stranger looks at you and says, that doesn't make sense, right? So there has to be an event. So think about that. That's the first step, is creating or capitalizing on an event or a trigger that already exists, that's happening in the life of your employee. The second thing is, on that event, what kind of content can you create that is share worthy? That's something that the employee can share, can talk about, can show off to his or her family, friends, relatives, and so on, right? So that's it. There are these two things you need to keep in mind. First is the trigger or the event, and the second is the content that is share worthy during that trigger or that event. Okay, so when I speak about this trigger or event, I've classified these triggers or events into three types of events that happen in an individual's life, right? So there's the first one is kind of a once in a lifetime event. It may or may not be exactly once in a lifetime, but it happens very few number of times in a lifetime. So that's your first job, right? Your wedding, hopefully that's happening only once or twice or something like that in your lifetime. And there's a newborn, the first child is really special. The second one is all right, but yeah, you know what I say, what I mean. A new home, the first home that you purchase. These are all once in lifetime events that are happening with your employees. And if you notice, one or two of these are directly connected to a profession, to your career, to the organization. The first job that the employee gets. There could also be something else. The most significant promotion they get, or getting a PhD degree, or a patent or something like that, right? So these are once in lifetime opportunities, once in lifetime events that happen in an individual's life. The second is landmark events. Now, landmark events is when somebody joins a company, right? So this is a very important part of their career, their life. You join a new company, there is a lot of excitement. You're looking forward to something. There is growth happening. There is something that you have to share with everyone, and so on. Then there is birthdays, anniversaries, wedding anniversary. It could be work anniversary. Maybe you get a promotion. Maybe you get another new car, or maybe there is an annual day happening at an event. Maybe your company got funded, or there's a new management, or there is a rebranding happening within the organization, something like this. These are landmark events. They don't happen very often, and they have a significant kind of importance associated with that particular event. So that's the second kind of trigger or event, where there's an opportunity for your employee to shine as a brand ambassador of your organization. And third are day-to-day events. Now these are extremely important, and they happen all the time. And things like a milestone achieved, somebody going out of the way to help a customer or help a colleague or something like that, somebody completing a particular training, getting some kind of a certification, some kind of a team celebration. All of these kind of things are happening quite often. And these are again fantastic events and fantastic opportunities or fantastic triggers where your employees can really shine as a brand ambassador. So that's the first part, right? I spoke about the first part, where you have to mark, or where you have to think about events or triggers where your employees can shine as brand ambassadors. The second part, if you remember, the second part I said is creating content so that your employees can can deliver this content, can share this content on their social media, can tell their friends about it, can make memories out of that particular event that is going to last a week, a month, a year, or maybe even a lifetime. How good a memory that is, and how well presented, how well represented, and how cherishable it is for that person is going to determine how long they're going to remember it and how long they're going to be speaking about it, right? So the kind of content that can be created, the celebrations that can be created on these events, I've again classified them into 5 types of content or celebrations, right? The first one is digital acknowledgements. Now this is something that it's digital. It could be a certificate, or it could be a congratulatory message for somebody who's done something. You can put that up on social media. You can say, congratulations that you achieved such and such a thing, or I really acknowledge you put in extra effort in acquisition of this customer or completion of this project, and this is a job very well done. So that shows up, especially on LinkedIn, right? That shows up in their profile, and that brings a lot of value to their it's like a feather in their cap, right? So that's relatively low cost. And the advantage of that is it's actually very easy, relatively easy to execute, right? It just needs to be embedded into our mindset and into our way of working, that you can acknowledge somebody on, or write them a recommendation on LinkedIn or something like that, and it stays there. And when that person shares it on their social media profile, everybody in their network knows that they work for such and such a company. they do such and such an activity, this is their designation, and they seem to be doing reasonably well. And this becomes a point of conversation whenever they meet up with their friends next, or somebody in their friends will in their circle will start commenting about that. And you never know what leads to what it could lead to. Maybe one of their friends is looking for a new job, and they reach out to them, and you might find a really good candidate for your organization. So that's the first kind of content that I'm speaking about, that can be shared, which can usually be triggered in day-to-day kind of occasions, or day-to-day kind of events. So that's digital acknowledgements, which is certificates and congratulatory messages over social media. You can also create, if it's somebody's birthday or somebody completed an anniversary, you can put a picture of them, write a small write up, and put it on your on your social media page, on social media handles, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and say thank you for being a part of our organization, something like that. And it's highly likely that that employee will share it on their personal profile, and that will create a lot of buzz, a lot of visibility, a lot of engagement for the employee as well as for the organization. That's the first kind of content. The second kind of content is rewards, right? A job well done, or a milestone achieved, or something like that, can be rewarded with could be a trophy, or a combination of a trophy and a gift voucher, or some cash equivalent kind of components. If you have a rewards program or a loyalty management program or something like that, you could bundle that up together, and you could give it to them. And while cash equivalent components are great, your employees are going to love them because they can spend them immediately, and it's instant gratification kind of. But the life of, nobody's going to share it with on social media or with their friends, right? Nobody's going to say I got 10,000 rupees from my organization for doing this or something like that, right? But it has its own benefits, because they are motivated to do this more. They know that if I, let's say you have a employee referral program, right? So they refer somebody, and by referring that, they get some kind of cash equivalent component. They are motivated to do that more often. So it has its place. And that's the second kind of trigger that I'm saying, the second kind of content that I think that can be offered to your employees. The third kind of content is I just call them physical greetings, right? These are greeting cards, cakes, flowers, and so on. This is typically to be sent out on somebody's birthday, wedding anniversary, or anything like those kind of personal events, which is not directly connected to your work. Maybe somebody bought a new car, maybe somebody bought a new home, or they had their kid's birthday or something like that. These kind of personal occasions, it's a little difficult to mix personal occasion and connect it directly to what's happening in the organization. But personal gifts like these, cakes and flowers and bouquets and just a greeting card, maybe any of these kind of physical greetings make a big difference, because that impact, that's a very, very important day in their life, right? So you're not trying to steal the thunder and try to talk about business and talk about company on that particular day, but you're just sending a bouquet of flowers and saying, hey, happy birthday, or something like that. And it's highly likely that they'll remember that. Maybe they'll tell their friends, hey, my boss sent this. If it's somebody that they look up to, and they'll tell their friends, my boss sent this to me. It's very nice of him or her to think about this, and I was on leave and they sent it to me. And that's how you create brand ambassadors. That's how you show them that your company cares, and it's show that camaraderie, show them that they made a great decision in joining and being with this organization, because this organization really cares about your personal well-being as well. All right. And the fourth content that I'm talking about is customized merchandise and gifts. Now this is I mean, I'm biased, but this is my favorite kind of merchandise, kind of gifts or content to give away. And there is a reason, right? So you look at the t-shirt that I'm wearing, you know that I work for ofteneats.com, because there is a big bold B, and it clearly says ofteneats.com. So there is a lot of merchandise. I'm a total merchandise geek, right? I have hoodies, I have t-shirts, I have mugs, I have pens, I have power banks, I have clocks, all kinds of products with our logo. As a matter of fact, our company, we have a merchandise store where our employees can go and purchase it, and we reward our employees with points on that store. So if you're a large organization, you absolutely should have a merchandise store, right? Even if you don't have a store, on a lot of events, landmark events, like your milestone achievement or team celebration or annual days or any kind of occasion, corporate gifts customized with your logos are the best to give, because they make fantastic social media moments and they make great conversation pieces, right? So I'm wearing this t-shirt, and let's say I'm going out and meeting some people, that's going to gather a lot of catch a lot of eyeballs, right? And it's a great conversation piece. Have you ever seen, if you go to a resort or if you go to a wedding, there is this photo booth which is there, or if you go to a resort, there are places which are designed for Instagram moments, right? So you go to a resort, you go to a restaurant, or you go to a wedding or something, you take a picture and put it up on Instagram. Those booths are designed for that, so that you can talk about, you can tell the world that you were here, and you can um, that's a great photo opportunity for you to show the world what you're doing, right? And merchandise is one of those kind of opportunities. And I'm so excited because we're doing this for so many organizations. And as I scroll through Instagram and LinkedIn posts, there are so many companies, so many employees of so many companies who are putting up the swag, the merchandise that they're getting from their companies for as they're working from home. And especially new joinees, I think I absolutely have to tell you, if you have new joinees joining your organization, you have to have a new joinee kit. And we have done several new joinee kits, and that's the greatest way for you to onboard your employees. I'm sure you have a great onboarding mechanism in place. You probably have the trainings, you have acclimatization, you're going to tell them about your policies, you're going to introduce them to different colleagues and everything. But none of these can be shown off. They cannot show it off saying I joined this organization, and they cannot say how excited they are about working for this, about joining this particular organization. And that's exactly where merchandise comes in. Put all 3 4 5 6 merchandise in a box and send it to them, and these make amazing social media moments. And believe me, there are a number of times that I've seen that people put up saying I've recently joined this organization, and I'm so excited because a very smooth induction process happened thanks to this manager, and they sent me this gift box. It's invariably a combination of t-shirts and jackets and pens and notebooks and mugs and all of those kind of things with the company logo. And I've always gone and seen the other posts that the same people put up on social media, and the engagement on that is like very small. They put up a message saying, hey, found a new job, or I'm doing this and this, or something like that. And let's say they have 10 15 20 likes, and the minute they put up merchandise, it's like they have 1,000 likes and they have 100 comments. And it's not an exception, right? And you don't believe me, just go look up your friends LinkedIn profiles where they put up an image of them getting a goodie merchandise, and see the level of engagement that's happening there. It's phenomenal, and to me that is very exciting, as well as very powerful, especially in a work from home situation, because people are meeting friends much lesser as compared to earlier. And social media is kind of our window through which we speak to our world, our friends, our relatives, our colleagues, and so on. And that's a great opportunity for employees to showcase how excited they are about joining this particular organization. All right, and the last one which I have, which is content for those triggers, is high value gifts and experiences. It could be I don't know, maybe a helicopter ride to some place, or it could be a dinner in a five-star restaurant. I don't know if you're in the current situation, in a COVID kind of a situation, if dinner is good. But those kind of exclusive events, and there are so many high value products which are there, which people, they think, yeah, this is good, but it seems expensive. This looks like the kind of product that somebody could gift to me, or I could gift to somebody, right? There are several of those kind of products, so pick up those. That's another product, which is product or experience which is going to stay with them for a lifetime, and they're going to remember saying, I did this, I achieved this, I achieved such and such results for my organization, and they gave me this, they sent me and my wife to such and such a place. And they're going to remember that for a very long time, and they're going to tell their friends about it, right? So that's very powerful way to create brand ambassadors. So just to recap, that's about what I have to share with you. It's as simple as that. The trick is in the execution. So it's that simple. 2 steps. One, earmark events or triggers that occur in people's life. Either it's something that's happening because of their career or because of the organization that they work with, or it's just happening in their personal lives. The second thing, on those occasions, on those events, give them content that they would really like to share on their social media with their family, friends, and so on. All right, so that's about it. That's how you convert your employees into raving brand ambassadors. What's the outcome you should expect by converting your employees into brand ambassadors? Well, one, happy, enthusiastic, and committed employees. Isn't that awesome? You're going to make sure that they are, if they're excited, if they are committed, they're going to stay with the organization for much longer, and that obviously means a lower attrition in your organization. If you're an HR, you love these words, don't you? And um, you will inspire more people to join the organization, right? If there is a friend of theirs who's working for ABC organization and who's always constantly saying, hey, this is happening in my organization and my company did this, this is what is happening, and on social media they're putting that, and this guy thinks, hey, this is not happening in my company, I think I should be joining that company. And if there is an opportunity, they will be inspired to join your company more often. And needless to say, it increases the brand value of your company. And this is kind of what MS Dhoni or Shah Rukh Khan would achieve for you. If you have the budget, go hire Shah Rukh Khan or Dhoni or Sachin Tendulkar, whatever. If not, and even if you have the budget, you should turn your employees into raving brand ambassadors. Hope that makes sense. Thank you so much for tuning in. And very soon, I'm going to come with yet another episode, and I'm going to share more ways how you can create more brand ambassadors every single day. Signing off, this is Shrikant Acharya. I'm the CEO at offineats.com. And if you need help with any kind of content that I spoke about, whether it is rewards and recognition programs, gift vouchers, custom merchandise, or just about anything else that you need help with, we are right here for you. See you. Bye bye.